Hey, what's up everyone? Today will be my last NAMM video. I had such a great time out there. I saw so much, I learned so much, saw so many cool people, but it's time to bring the coverage to a close. So today I think I want to talk a little bit about the gear you want, the gear you crave, the gear you probably can't afford, the most expensive stuff at NAMM, and then have a few closing thoughts. Let's do it. So yeah, NAMM, everything is there. Everything you could possibly imagine or want for your studio is sitting in one place. They got Rupert Neve preamps. They have a Manley massive passive. Like any mastering chain, a mastering house, they all use the Manley massive passive to sweeten up those mixes in the mastering stage. And they're great, but they're just expensive, you know? So I don't have one. I use a plugin that emulates one, but I definitely don't have a Manley massive passive here in the studio. And the other unit that everyone craves, and I got a chance to hear it, was the Bricasti. This unit is a stereo reverb unit. There's 6 DSP chips in it. The algorithms are insane, and it sounded amazing. I mean, if I had an extra $8,500 lying around, I would definitely check that out. And then, of course, to complete my studio vision board, I checked out Barefoot monitors. I've always wanted Barefoot monitors. Not only do they look cool, they also sound cool. And I was thinking, man, it would be so cool to have a set of those in the studio, or to have the giant monitoring setup that they had a set out for demo in the studio. And when you look at all this expensive gear, there's the typical GAS, the gear acquisition syndrome that goes through your mind, that you'd really like to have all of this. But then you ask yourself, what is all this gear for? I mean, I have equalizers, I have preamps, I have reverbs, and I have studio monitors, and they can all make music. And that's what it's all about. It's all about making music. So don't let not having the greatest gear keep you from making music, because that's the whole reason that NAMM exists. It exists to sell the tools that allow you to make music. And if you have those tools, there should be nothing holding you back from making music. The funny thing is, I saw a YouTube personality who's a composer, and after a few days walking around, the funniest thing I could think of was drums. I don't like the sound of that. But he had a different take. He's like, how about that drum section, huh? And it is the loudest section at NAMM. It's brutal. But he's like, man, I call that the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. A bunch of 50-year-old dudes with long hair, still wearing eyeliner and leather pants, playing their hearts out, hoping that someone will notice them and allow them to get signed. And that is very true. It was an astute observation. You can feel sorry for those guys because their time has come and gone, and those days will never come back. But in a way, we are all sort of those 50-year-old guys with long hair and eyeliner, still wearing leather pants, playing their hearts out on the drums at NAMM, trying to get noticed. We're all trying to get noticed in our own way, whether it's YouTube or SoundCloud or Spotify or a smoky bar at 2 in the morning or an arena filled with 50,000 people. At the end of the day, we just want people to listen to our music, and we really hope that we're allowed to make it. And the thing is, we are allowed to make it. Nobody's holding us back. You see, I had a chance to talk to the composer Shawn Clement. He has hundreds and hundreds of credits to his name, and I asked him if he had any advice for young composers out there. And he said, first, in a tongue-in-cheek way, don't get married. But then he said, you know, he always loved doing music, and he was fortunate enough to find a situation where he could do music professionally, and the money came, and people came, and they were around him, and that changed things. But through it all, he had the music, and he said, money comes and goes, and people come and go, but the music will always be there. And I think that if there's anything that we can learn from NAMM, it's that this whole conference, these 100,000 people out there looking at the new and latest gear, producing fantastic products for users like me and you, well, they all exist to facilitate the making of music. And in 20 years, many of those products won't exist anymore, but the music that you make with them still will. So if there's any moral to the story of NAMM, it's that we should all get out there and make music. So this is my last NAMM video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm going to get back here in the studio and start cranking out some new songs for 2018. So feel free to like or subscribe if you've enjoyed these videos, and take care of yourselves. I'll put all applicable links in the description, and have a good one, everyone. Bye.